literally just the definition of keep going. I have a good friend. I met him just this year. Cool guy. I've been following him for a minute. I've been following his story, and this is why I wanted to have him on the platform, and just to shed light on who he is as a father, barber, and the person. So, your name is Jody, right? Or
So my name is Jose De La Torre.
Okay,
Jose De La
okay.
Torre Jr. But the name Jody Hightower actually came from well, first, my last name is of the tower in English.
okay.
So yeah, from De La Torre is, if you pronounce it in English, it's of the tower.
You know what's funny is that literally just clicked right now.
Yeah.
De La Torre.
A lot of people, a lot of people didn't get it. They're like, "Why would you change your name to?"
Yeah, it literally just clicked right now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
wait, that
So
makes
like,
so much sense now.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? I was like, I kind of want to, not like a stage name, but kind of like, change my name.
Something
you know what I mean?
Yeah, something
So
you.
and I was like, you know what? Of the tower. And obviously, I'm not gonna be like Jay of the tower.
Yeah,
Jody
of course
the tower.
not. Of course not.
So then I was like, you know what? Hightower, and it just clicked. It had a little ring to it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep it as Hightower.
I mean, why not? I mean, it definitely says you. And every time I think of Hightower, I think of
right,
Jose or Jody Hightower.
Yeah.
How did Jody come about?
So Jody came from, so when I went to Milan school, my phase 1 teacher, which Fabian, shout out to Fabian Phase, man. So he, out of nowhere, he's just like, Jody Hightower. He called me Jody, and I'm like, where'd you get that from? And I think it's from Baby Boy.
Yeah.
And so he just kept calling me, and I was like, nah, my name's Jay Hightower.
You know what's funny is I used to, so back in the day when I used to be in my fitness influencer days.
Right.
I used to go by the name of what did they used to call me? Jody. Somewhere along the lines of Jody. So it's weird how it makes a full circle here. Jody Swole. That was my
I like that, Jody Swole.
That was my fitness influencer name
Jody
back in the
Swole.
day. They used to call me Jody Swole.
Jody Swole.
That was when I was.
I like that.
That was in my roid days.
The roid days.
Yeah. Don't recommend them. I tried them. Weren't for me. It was too much for the mental. But
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, no. So let's unpack your story, dude. So we're here finally. I know we had
right, man.
I know we were trying to get you on for what?
A good while.
A good while.
Weeks,
a couple weeks. So yeah, dude. So let's revisit how you initially started cutting hair and why did you start cutting hair and what has it done for you in terms of like mindset, in terms of like business and stuff like that.
Right.
Because you just got your own suite. Right?
Yeah, one little studio. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I actually started cutting hair when I was in high school, I believe. Like my senior year, I started just cutting it, but it was always like one size all around. It was never like any type of fade work. It was never nothing too crazy. Something simple. So for a good while I was doing it. I was cutting my own hair, and obviously they weren't too good, you know what I mean? Because I would try to line myself up, and
it's how it always starts.
Yeah, it's always it's always difficult in the beginning. So after that, actually I graduated from Los Banos High,
right,
and I had went out to Mexico for a while, and so from there, I had bought some clippers. I took some clippers with me, and from there, it just, kind of just started becoming a habit. And every, couple weeks type of thing, I would cut my hair, boom, 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 size 2 or 3, all the way around, But as years passed, I came back and kind of I didn't really pursue it,
Right.
Like I moved out of town, and obviously I needed to get a job and stuff. So I had moved out to Modesto, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Moved out to Modesto for a while, and got my first job at Aeropostale. It was a little, retail, retail stores,
It was like it. Yeah.
So I was out there for a minute, came back to Los Banos, and it was just pretty much just finding a job, job after job or better pay, and it was like that for years. And unfortunately, through this time, I had gotten an alcoholic addiction.
Oh, wow.
I fell into addiction. Yeah. So pretty much, honestly, since I remember,
That's crazy.
Because when I was in Mexico, dude, I was drinking a lot. That was introduced to me.
That's like
thing
in Mexico.
It's unfortunately it was really hard to stay away from. Pretty much, and so that's it kind of started lingering on me, and next thing you know, I was full-blown alcoholic, you know, and I was just trying to just maintain, you know. I had gotten good jobs here and there, but every job that I had, I would just lose it. You know, it was whether through, you know, being hungover or just not wanting to go, you know, or having other, you know, personal drama. Yeah, you know, it just, yeah. So, for what is it, in 2021, which was about 4 years ago, I was at the skate park here in Las Vegas, and I was, you know, completely blacked out, drunk, you know, like blurred out drunk. And that night, it was July 4th, actually, July 4th of 2021.
You'll never forget it.
Yeah, I'll never forget it. July 4th, man, you know. And I had gotten hit by a truck. I had gotten hit by a car. Yeah, yeah. So I was skating home, and this truck, apparently I had gotten into the middle of the road, and this truck didn't see me, or I don't know, you know, I really don't know what happened. We didn't look too much into it, you know. I'm just glad that I'm alive, you know. I'm glad that I survived it.
Of course, I mean,
but
I mean, at the end of the day, that's why you're here.
Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah, exactly. And yeah, so I got hit by the car, you know, shattered my leg in three places of my bones, fractured and fractured my skull, you know, got a small laceration in my liver. I was pretty well beat up.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, pretty beat up.
How was the recovery process from all that? Like,
it was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad.
You know, yeah. I mean, you can't walk, you know, I had the neck brace on, so I couldn't move. Just that alone, man,
damn,
was
bro.
hard. Couldn't eat right, you know, couldn't sleep, you know, just the whole, you know, the whole recovery.
Right.
You know, it's just not fun for, you know, for any type of injury. But so actually at that time where I was, you know, in recovery and I was doing my physical therapy, that whole time is when it really started to click. Like, man, like, what do you want to do in your life? You know, because this was already, I was already maybe like 7-8 years, you know, into alcoholism. It was bad already.
Damn.
You know, and at that time it was like, yeah, like you need to do something different. You know, like you almost died, you know, and this wasn't even the first time, you know, the first near-death experience. There was many other times.
Yeah, but I definitely think that all of us come at some point and come in contact with those moments. And that's kind of like God telling you, like, dude, I'm giving you a chance, bro.
Exactly.
I'm giving you a chance. Like, why are you not taking advantage of this?
Yeah.
And at some point, he lets us do what we want.
Exactly.
And because at the end of the day, I don't believe God punishes. I believe that God lets us have our will, and because of our own will,
we do have free will.
You know, because of our own will, we end up messing up.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand. Like, people think that, you know, God's control. No, that's not how it works. All he wants is the best for. It's kind of like a parent. You're a parent, so you know
exactly. You
know, a parent wants the best for you. So, and God respects what your decisions at the end of the day. So, it's because of our free will we tend to mess up.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
It's because we're obedient. It's because we're obedient. We end up being successful.
Yes, yeah,
right.
Yes,
and I firmly believe that.
Yes,
you know, or else I wouldn't be talking to you right here. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, and honestly, that's where I got it wrong. You know, because I wasn't a big believer in God at, you know, back then. I was, you know, introduced to church and religion, you know, I was raised Catholic and stuff, you know, but it wasn't until that I got hit by the car, you know, and made it to recover me. That's when I really started cutting hair. I started, you know, taking on clients. I started doing fades on myself, you know, and that's where the journey really started. Yeah, Hightower cuts.
What year ago? Like, what year was
it? Was in 2021.
Oh,
yeah.
After COVID, pretty much.
Pretty much after. Well, yeah, exactly.
I mean, COVID was still 2021.
It was 2020, going on 2021. Yeah, but 2021 was pretty much like we were, I guess, allowed to do a lot more stuff, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that's where my actual barbering career really started. It was from after that accident, because I was tired of just laying there, you know, like doing my physical therapy, you know, crying my eyes out, man. Like, dude, like, why am I going through this? But in reality, it was like I put myself through every situation, you know, because I chose to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You, again, how I was saying, like, it's because of our free will we fuck up.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's where everyone gets it wrong, honestly, man. A lot of people get it wrong.
Oh, yeah. Like, once you start talking about God, that's when things start.
Oh, yeah.
That's when you start. This is the massive.
Yeah, you will lose. Yeah, you will.
And,
you know?
And it sucks because, like, how I said before, like, he's not, I mean, for me, my experiences with you know, get closer to God and stuff like that. Like, I firmly believe that I am where I'm supposed to be because I was obedient.
Right.
Like, I like speaking of addiction, I was addicted to weed for like 10 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It got pretty bad to where I mean, look, thank God I didn't get into any accidents, but
Yeah.
there's been multiple close calls,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
handful of close calls. So, like I was that pothead where I had to be high for everything. I
Yeah.
had to be high
Yes.
for literally everything. Oh, hold on, bro.
It takes over,
I
man.
have a break. Oh,
It
cool.
takes over.
Let me go smoke real quick. Oh, I need
Yeah.
to drive here. Oh, hold on. Let me smoke real quick. I was that pothead, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And then it got to a point where like I was always around it to where like I literally would have pens
Mm.
in my pocket. Like
Hmm.
I was always high regardless.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
If it wasn't for the actual marijuana, it was an extract of some kind.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah. For sure. For
And
sure.
I think what really changed my perspective on, okay, I think I have a problem, was when I started spending almost $800 a month on weed.
Wow.
Yeah, bro, it was,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was
When
pretty
you put
bad.
it that way,
$800 a month on weed, and then I started asking myself, okay, where the hell's my money going? Then I started doing, all my what's it called? I started doing all my
your calculations and
calculations, and
stuff.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, maybe I should stop. So, but I didn't stop.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
stop.
Of course. Of course.
What really made me stop was there was one day where I smoked a little too much, and I smoked a little bit too much, and I freaked out, bro. And I went inside, and it's like, I didn't feel too good. And my daughter
It's one of
wanted,
those.
yeah, and my daughter wanted to be with me, bro. She wanted me to carry her, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm over here freaking out, bro. And I'm like, okay, this is not worth it anymore.
Right.
Like it's already causing this type of this type of an issue with me not being there for my kids. It's
Yeah.
starting to become an issue. So I'm like, you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
what? I
Yeah.
think it's time for me to hang this up, and that was it, bro. I didn't look back. I quit cold turkey.
Nice,
Cold
man.
turkey.
Nice. Congrats. And
So
that ain't easy.
no,
That's not easy at all.
no,
Going cold turkey is not.
I got pretty sick.
No.
I got pretty sick because of it.
Yeah.
I remember
Well, yeah, you get used to
I
it.
would get headaches. I would get headaches. I was
Mhm.
always in a bad mood. I get like that. I get anxiety attacks. There's one time where I got a panic attack because I wasn't smoking.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But yeah, no,
Habit,
I mean, luckily nothing happened toward like, to your extent to where
Yeah.
like how was the
Yeah, I
mindset?
mean that was just the beginning. Like that was just the beginning of my barbering journey because unfortunately my alcoholic addiction it still continued. It
Really?
continued after yeah, I stopped for a while, but honestly thinking about it, it was because I couldn't get it. I couldn't get up out of my chair, out of my bed, whatever, and go get it. It wasn't until I was actually physically able to go and move on my own.
Yeah.
That's when I
And
started,
it's funny how the mind works, right? Like just a little bit, bro. It's fine.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
just a
dude.
little bit.
And in reality, a little bit is way too much, for an addict. It was way too much.
So how do you do now? Like,
So, years later, I had moved. So when I got hit by the car, I was with my parents. I was with my aunt and uncle. Um, and yeah, they raised me. So I was with them. And of course, the alcoholic addiction, it started getting worse to the point, where they were just like, you have to leave,
Oh,
So yeah, like you have to leave because it got bad, it got really bad. But I had a job at Liberty Packing here. I still actually work here, but that's when I first started. I had actually started as a dicer mechanic that same year that I got hit by a car, and I only worked a week. I started a week prior before I got hit by the car, but I was a dicer mechanic and then got hit by the car. And then unfortunately, I didn't make it that season, but they're like, hey, whenever you're ready, you can come back,
Right,
and that's what I did. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's what I did.
That's low, bro. Because
You know.
most companies will look
Oh,
at
yeah.
that like, okay, we don't want you here.
Yeah. I was only there for a week,
Yeah, because of XYZ reason.
Yes, exactly.
Like it's like why you're not here.
Yeah.
Like like you should know better about this.
Yeah.
know.
Man, they could have done that, but yeah.
Luckily, and so you're gonna go back there for another season.
Yeah, so I went back, and obviously that it pays good, so that money, I had the money to buy alcohol and stuff, and I was still with my parents. So it was just, yeah, it just started continuing, and it got to the point where they're like, yeah, you have to go. So I did. I moved to another house, found a little room, and but at that room, I couldn't have any visitors. I couldn't have any company over like that. So as far as cutting hair, that was a no-go.
That was a
yeah,
no-go.
'cause that's where I was cutting my hair at my parents' house, outside, little tent, table out there in the hot sun, but I was cutting, you know what I mean?
Man, yeah.
I did the whole thing, the whole free haircuts, and I was doing it with my crutches, cutting with my crutches and stuff.
That right there, dude, bro, that right there is mindset, bro.
Yes, dude, I remember that.
Because you knew that this is what you wanted to do.
Oh yeah, dude.
Knew,
I was tired of my whole life. I was tired of it,
so you knew that you wanted to do this.
Oh, yeah.
You knew that if I continue, not only that, I'm sure your clients see. I'm sure there's clients.
Oh yeah.
Clients that around that time they're still coming.
They're my day one. Yep, my day one. Shout out to my day one.
That right there is the power of building a brand, bro. Regardless if you don't know this, bro, you've built a brand around Jody Hightower.
Right.
And that's why people want to be around you, is because of that reason. Like, oh, I want to be a part of this. Like, people love being a part of it. Like, I say this all the time. Like whenever you're building something, you always want community. You always want people around you. You always want to include people in because dude, at the end of the day, why would you want to do it alone?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's something I learned. That's something I've learned recently.
Why would you want to do it alone?
Why would you want to succeed on your own?
Because I mean, I'm sure you heard the saying, like, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go farther, you go together.
Yeah,
you need a team supporting you.
Yes, definitely.
And because if you don't, the times where it gets hard, it's gonna seem like it's a lot harder.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a lot harder.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So this is why I definitely wanted to what's it called, have the podcast and have people on here and to network.
That's cool, man. That's super cool.
You know what I mean?
That's super cool.
And if I'm being honest with you, like a lot of people have been showing so much love but with me doing the podcast, regardless. Like right now I'm not getting the views, but that's the point. The point is impact.
Right.
The point is impact.
I like that.
And whoever it resonates with is my people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's why you're here.
And it's honestly, maybe it's one or two people do, but at least it's that one or two people do that can change their life, bro, just by watching this, or just, know what I mean? Like,
and there's a lot of, believe it or not, bro, this is one of the reasons why I want to join the pod, because you could be that voice for those barbers that are dealing with addiction.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this is just the very little introduction, my story, I do want to share the story later, but
definitely, and because like I've seen it, bro. Like I've seen barbers come into work, freaking pilled out, off pills, off weed and drunk and all in one go. Bro. I'm like, how are you even functioning? How are you even functioning? And they would invite me to, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah,
bro. Like the weed is as far as I ever went.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's
weed is as
good.
far as I ever went. Like I've been around, people, not just barbers, but people in general that have done cocaine and drugs. I have never once I was like, nah, that's not me. Like I'm telling you, bro, there was this one time where I went to when I was younger, I went to a party with some friends, and it was a college party, and I remember very vividly that these people were doing drugs, and I'm like, I don't want to be here. And my friends were like, why are you been? I'm like, I'll wait in the car, dude. Like, if you guys want to be here, that's cool, because they were my ride. So I was like, if you guys want to be here, that's fine, but I'm not gonna be here, bro. I'm good. Like I'm like, you guys can enjoy this. I have my weed. I'll go to the car and I'll smoke by myself. I have my phone. I'm good. And
it's a whole different environment, man. It's especially now being sober. You do notice a lot. And also because I've become sober for 2 years. It's next month is gonna be 2 years.
Congratulations.
So next month's gonna be 2 years, man. Thank you very much. So ever since that happened, I've noticed I'm a lot more, I guess, sensitive to people's, I guess, energy. You can say,
same here, bro.
So now, that's what I look, that's what I look at when I'm around other people. It's not so much what you say or what you do now. It's the energy you give off.
Hello.
It's
somebody? Yeah. Actually, this is it's tough to film in between clients, but it's anyway.
Oh yeah, this is a whole job, man. Social networking, all this stuff, the social media game. Like I'm getting myself into it now. Like,
and seriously, and I definitely think that, like, since I have a platform, I definitely want to use it for to help others.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate that.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate that.
You know what I mean? So,
so
that's another reason why I'm doing the podcast is to help businesses and to help. I mean, like you don't even have to be a barber to be in the podcast. You can just you know what I mean. You can come in by, like, if you have a story to share.
Story to tell, man.
Mindset for me is everything.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
It is. It really is, man.
You know,
It is.
mindset
It is.
for me is everything. So if you feel like you have a story, if you feel like you need to say something, but people don't understand, dude, inquire. Like it's not like, hey, what's up, bro? You want to be in the? Yeah, I
Yeah,
got you. Let's
yeah.
do it. But before that happened, what were you saying?
Honestly, dude, I forgot what we were talking about. But
You were saying you were going on 2 years of being sober.
oh yeah, 2 years I'm being sober.
Oh, you were sensitive to frequencies.
Oh yes, yeah. Yes. Okay, so that's one thing I want to share with you guys, man. Because of being an alcoholic, I got a lot of brain damage now. So dude, I noticed that.
Is it really that like?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I believe I have a what it's called CTE.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's like you know what I mean. My memory, my speech. All of that has changed. Like
I might have it with weed because I used to smoke a lot of weed, a lot of packs.
I hate that, man.
Yeah.
I hate not. I can literally watch myself and hear myself, and I'm like, yeah, dude, like what's wrong? Why can't you speak right?
All that comes with repetition and training, bro. Because
Yeah.
like when I was in school, I had a real bad stuttering problem,
okay.
a real bad stuttering problem, and I couldn't really talk without like taking a deep breath and saying the actual word. Like I had a real bad stuttering problem. Like it was bad. Like I couldn't really talk. So I definitely think that with repetition, you can train your mind.
Because ever since, like again, like I was saying, when I became sober, I just started realizing a lot of stuff, and I became a lot more sensitive to people, and there's just certain people that they're just so. Unfortunately, man, they're just so negative or toxic.
Right, yeah.
I just can't even be around them. The stuff they say, it'll bug me. Something as simple as that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's another reason why I opened up my own shop is because I really couldn't film content with other barbers.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Like I remember, and this is no shade to anybody. It's just my experience.
Right.
Like I remember when I got to Los Banos, I'm not even from Los Banos. I don't know if you know that, but I'm not even from Los Banos. I'm from Dos Palos. And in my earlier days, I used to cut and fireball.
Oh, okay.
And I was just charging $13 a haircut. There were no such thing as appointments. It was all walk and bait.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
The good old days, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Good old days. And what's it called? So when I was there for about 3 years, and when I got to, long story short, I was there for about 3 years, and then I came to Los Banos. I was like, you know what? I need to. I feel like I've outgrown. I'm not getting a new clientele.
Yeah.
So that is the number one thing, that if you feel like your business is not growing, it's because you've plateaued. And if you're not getting a new clientele, that's a tall tale sign that your business has plateaued. You have to be continuously getting new client into the business for your business to grow. Because think about it, bro. Every new client is a step forward to a price raise.
Yeah. For sure.
You know what I mean? Regardless of it's $5, $10, whatever, But every single time I went up on price, it was always by $20.
Oh wow!
It was always, but yeah. So when I got here to town, I had left Fireball, and at the time I was charging when I had left, I was charging $20 for an appointment. It was 15 walk-in, $20 appointments.
Yeah.
You got to pay a little more, which is obvious, right?
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I got to LB, and I got a $5 price raise. For an appointment, for a walk-in was $20. For an appointment, was $25, which is a price raise.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
In itself.
Yeah.
So I remember in the beginning, dude, I know what it's like, bro. When you have no clientele, I know exactly what it's like, dude. Like it fucking sucks. So you're sitting there in the chair contemplating if this is even for you.
A lot of doubt.
A lot of doubt. But luckily for me, like I knew this is what I wanted to do, and I've been there before, especially in Fireball. Like in Fireball, I had to start from 0 too.
Yeah.
I had to start from 0 too, so I've been there before. So I knew eventually I was going to build clientele.
Right.
But I wasn't starting over. I was starting from experience.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I was starting from experience.
Exactly.
So over time, and every single client. I mean, obviously back then I was doing content, but like I was still learning how to film.
Yeah.
Content. And I was the only barber in town doing content like that.
Oh, okay.
Everybody would talk. Oh, it's just social media, bro. Like,
yeah.
Why are you even doing that? Why are you wasting your time? Like I'm not.
Yeah, it was new. Yeah.
It was very new, and at the time I had put everybody at that shop where I was at. I had put everybody on the booking app. No one was.
Oh, okay.
I was the only one in town with the booking app.
Yeah. Okay.
When I had gotten to town, I was saying at the time I was with the cut app. And it was a free app. And at the time I didn't have the booking link or whatever because that was a thing. And back then on Instagram, you had to have 10K followers to even provide a link. By the way, I don't know if you guys knew that, but back in the day, to have a link on your story, you had to have 10K followers.
That's
now you can just do it now. Yeah. Okay, so
I didn't know that.
So I was the only one with the booking app here in town, and what is that? Like, why are you doing like that? Just all you got to do is just go on your phone and type in an appointment with. I'm like, that's so complicated.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather take the 30 seconds, lock them into the app, and the app will send them notifications. Like,
okay.
Like, what the hell? Like, I'm not gonna sit there and look for an appointment that I booked last week for this week. That's stupid. I'm all about efficiency and urgency. Like, at the end of the day, coffee gets cold, bro. Like, clients aren't gonna wait for you,
right?
You know, they're gonna go to the next barber that's available, and that's how it was back then. So, so that was in 2018. So I remember I was the only one with the booking app, and I remember for every single client that I get, wise, I had to shoot content. I was shooting content, and I was the only barber in there doing an hour.
Yeah,
everyone in there is doing 30 minutes. Oh, cool! I'm doing an hour.
Yeah,
everyone would talk so much shit, bro. Bro, you take so long. Come on, bro. I'm like, nope.
It's all brand new. So
nope. I am not. I'm not gonna budge. If you guys wanna, that's you. But this is not. This is me. And do it over time, brick by brick, bro. Brick by brick. I started getting clientele. Brick by brick, and every single time I'd get new clientele, bro, everyone was like, and little by little, Barber started saying that, I'm doing an hour too, little by little.
Yeah.
But an hour is literally what builds a barber, an efficient barber business, in my opinion. If you take 30 minutes on a haircut, what are you doing? Because at the end of the day, yes, you can do a haircut in 30 minutes, right? I mean, and that's fine. But the hour there is if I'm late, if you're late.
Yeah,
if we both late.
Yeah. That's true.
Or if we both late, or if I'm shooting content.
Yeah,
the hour. There
you give yourself a good hour. Yeah,
that's literally. You're literally packaging an experience for a client.
Yeah,
if you do an hour, you're packaging that experience so well.
Yeah,
it's so almost.
It is about the experience, man. It is about the experience.
It's literally fail proof.
Yeah,
like how can you it's like, oh fuck, I'm a little behind. Communication goes a long way. Hey, you know what, bro? So and so. Hey, bro, I'm gonna be like 15 minutes behind. If you're in a rush, don't rush, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have clients that get there like, oh, bro, my bad, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no worries, bro.
Like,
as long as they just do send me a, message, letting me
know. Or you, vice versa, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just let me know.
So, so that really made me think like, okay, I need to do something. So I ended up leaving that shop to another shop here that had just opened up in town, and it was Bebe Latino. Actually, it was funny because I had just interviewed him this morning.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he's episode I could say 4. I'm lost right now, but anyways, so he had opened up a shop. He actually hit me up and he goes, hey bro, like I really want a barber like yourself here, like you post content, like this is what I want, blah blah. So I didn't even think twice because I know who he was, and I was like, I need to be around this guy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I need to be around this guy, and it's literally on who you surround yourself with. Because at the end of the day, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. If think about it, bro. If you're in the shop where the owner's marketing himself every single day, it's gonna make you want to do the same.
Yeah, exactly.
All the barbers here see that, and that motivates them to shoot themselves. They ask me questions. I'm like, hey, bro, I got you. Like, do this and this, and this can help your business.
Yeah,
there's no gatekeeping here.
Yeah. No, that's definitely cool, man. Definitely, bro. It is the influence. It is the people you surround yourself with. You will become what you're surround yourself with, man. Definitely.
Oh,
yeah.
So I'm very big on frequency, bro. So I'm just, I mean, you're on that same level too.
Yeah. Like, dude, I became super sensitive.
Yeah, dude, I'm like the same way. No. The same way. Like if I feel something off about this person, I'm gonna pull away.
And I don't mean to be, that. It's just like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just sensitive. Like I can't be around you.
Yeah, I'm the same way too. I'm the same way too. And what sucks is that some people take it as you like trying to be better than other.
Definitely not.
No, it's nothing like that at all.
Yeah,
I would close.
Yeah, I think about that a lot too. But I'm like, honestly, man, it's just like I was the same way, but somehow, some way, I made it through. You know what I mean? Like I changed my ways at the end of the day. So it's like I don't expect everyone else to do it, but it's like, okay, if you can't do it, that's cool, but I can't be around you. You know what I mean? Like, because your energy is super strong,
Same
you
here,
know,
bro. Same here. Like,
plain and simple.
Like I remember, like I would get made fun of in the shop for doing hours, this and that, blah blah, and then
It's part of the process, man.
process, bro. Oh yeah. So
I mean, clearly, you know, look at all this,
dude.
you know?
And so to add more clarity to that, more layers to that, next year would be my 10th year cutting hair.
Man, that is
consistently professional with the life.
Congrats.
2016 was the year that my life changed forever. I got my license, and for all you unlicensed barbers out there, it's worth it. Just letting you know, it's worth it. Once you take the test and you pass it, you will never ever have to take it again. You just have to pay for it every 2 years.
Okay, that's how it works.
You paid it for every 2. It's like $50, bro.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, you'll never have to take the test ever again. You know, you're certified.
One and done, man.
Certified forever.
Done, yeah.
And even if I wanted to like take it a different route, I will still pay for my license every year every 2 years because I think it's 5 years if you stop paying for it, your hours get erased.
Oh, okay.
So always pay for your license, even if you're not doing it, just in case. You just never know.
Oh yeah, man, I'm excited, man. I can't wait for that day. So I got a month left. Or a couple weeks, a couple weeks left, man. I'm making sure that everything's up there. I'm done with all of my my tests for now. I actually have 2. You know, all of the physical stuff that we need to do. That's done. You know, so it's just pass these tests, man, and then get ready to graduate, and then take state board, man.
State boards, and it's crazy because now it's easier now.
Is it?
It's a lot easier now, yeah, because now it's just the written test.
Oh yeah. I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
it's just a written test.
Yeah.
No, you no longer have to take the practical test anymore. It's literally just
Man, I can imagine that.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I can imagine that.
Yeah, the practical test was nuts, bro. I remember
you had to take the practical test?
Yeah, I had to take the practical. And back then it was 1,500 hours, bro. 1,500.
Oh, okay.
I was in school for 11 months. 10 and a half. And it's literally just like fucking high school, bro. If I'm being honest, if I'm being honest with you, bro, I really shouldn't care for barber school like that. I met some cool people. Don't get me wrong, but
I mean, definitely.
Barber school is literally just like fucking.
Oh yeah, man, you'll see it every day.
People literally get annoyed with mad over the littlest thing, you know. So it's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you learn to just do your own thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you hear them all day. You know, it's like no disrespect to nobody, but I'm here to be a barber. You know what I mean? And
don't worry, if you want to have some experiences.
Yeah, like I don't want to hear none of you guys' drama. I don't want to hear the toxicity. But it's like, man,
this podcast, this episode will be coming out for a few months, anyways. So. So if you want to say some stuff,
no, just in general though, you know what I mean? Like, I know every school has it like that, but there's just those students that they treat it like high school. It's like they don't do anything, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's just like, bro, I don't get it. I mean, I get it because they're young, you know, they don't understand, but it's like, okay, I get it, but go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like, just go somewhere else, please.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're not, you know, so you just got to deal with it.
Yeah.
That's why I just make sure, man, that I have my stuff done, dude. I make sure that I, you know, as far as me and my work ethic and stuff, like, it stays the same.
So,
you know.
And then as far as like, you have kids, right?
Yes. So I have 2 kids.
How do you find the rhythm? Because I say rhythm because people say, oh, how do you find the balance to do these things? I don't believe in rhythm. I mean, balance, I believe in rhythm.
Right. Yeah, man, that's cool. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Balance, I believe in rhythm.
Right.
And here's why. Because the balance, you're sacrificing something in the middle.
Yeah.
With rhythm, you're not sacrificing anything. It's just what you're focusing on that one time. And then it just keeps going. It keeps going to the next thing. Boom, next thing, boom.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm in the season of podcasting and talking to people. That's rhythm. I'm in the rhythm of meeting new people, open doors up for other people. Like, you know, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
When I heard that, I'm like, oh crap! That I've been doing that for so long. I've been trying so hard to balance, because bro, balancing with the business and family is not easy, bro.
Yeah. Oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
So you got to find a rhythm, bro. A rhythm that works for you. And would you say you kind of found that rhythm?
Yeah. Well, my kids, they live, their primary house is with their mother. You know, so I co-parent with them. You know, my daughter, she lives 4 hours away, so that she's a little harder to pick up, you know, but I do get her like winter break, spring break, summer break, like this much. I'll have her the whole month and stuff. So very rare. I will get her for the weekend.
Right,
You know, mostly
right.
it's just like all holidays and winter breaks and spring breaks. So that way she stays a long time with me. You know, with my son too, like he's unfortunately, you know, with the whole alcoholic addiction stuff, like I really didn't get to raise my son. You know, so when he was a year old, I had separated with my son's mom, you know, and I went into homelessness and stuff like that. The alcoholism, man, it took a lot for me. You know, I lost literally like everything, all my materialistic possessions, everything about 3 to 4 times in my life.
And would you say,
You know,
and would you say you lost a piece of yourself too?
oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's depressing not having anything. You know, like literally not having physically anything.
And then like basing that off like to like a whole feeling, right? Like you're just like chasing a feeling that's eventually gonna fade away anyway.
Oh yeah.
You know? So like what was the turning point for you? You're like, you know what, I think I'm done with this.
So like I was telling you, when I had moved away from my parents' house and I was starting at Liberty again, I had moved to a new house where it didn't allow me to have, you know, haircuts. So at those times, it was about 2 years. So those 2 years was when I was actually trying to quit drinking. You know, like I was actually, you know, very aware that this wasn't going nowhere. You know, I was on the brink of, you know, not to be like over dramatic or anything, but I was close to dying. You know, I mean, like my
Right.
whole health was,
Dude,
was good. You know, it was.
I mean, you're not wrong, man.
Yeah, you know, like it was bad.
Like your health took a toll, and then your mindset took a toll.
Oh
you
yeah.
know? So it's like you were essentially dying.
Oh yeah,
you know?
yeah. This was 10 years. You know, I was an alcoholic for 10 years, and I mean like everyday drinking, not just like, oh, I'm gonna have a couple of drinks. No, I mean like blacking out. You know, drinking, waking up the next day and drinking more. You know what I mean? Until my body really couldn't take it no more. So it was just 10 years of that. You know, and the last 2.5 years. I was trying to quit, you know, but everything that I would try doing, everything that I would try, it just wasn't working. It just wasn't working. The situations seemed to like not go against me, but it was kind of like, it was God telling me, whatever you're trying to do, it's not going to work, you know. But at that point, I wasn't even thinking about, you know, God or anything like that. It wasn't even, you know, crossing my mind.
It was more so like you wanted your fix, and that was it.
Yes, I just wanted to fix myself because, you know, that's what guys do, man. We just try and fix things, you know. So I'm trying to overfix myself. I'm trying to, you know, get my stuff together, and I just couldn't, you know. And it got to the point where, you know, one day I remember I was in my room, I was reading a Bible, and I just started bawling out. I was drunk, you know what I mean? And it just, for some reason, like it just felt like this heavy feeling just came on to me, and I let it out, man. I bawled out crying, you know. I got on my hands and knees, and I'm like, God, if you're real, if you're really real, if there really is a God, I need your help. You know, this is exactly what I said. Like, I need your help. I am done. I can't do this no more. Like, I'm about to quit. Like, I can't do this. If you're real, I need your help. You know, and that's all I remember. You know, I eventually, you know, apparently I blacked out and stuff, but the next morning it was like, and again, not to sound all corny or anything, but it's just like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulder. Like everything was just, the colors were brighter, you know what I mean? Like the birds were chirping louder. Like it was just that type of feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to be weird, but it was real. I felt it, man. I'm like, what?
Like not
you know?
only did you make a humane decision, but you also made a spiritual decision.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, exactly.
And I think that's what you felt.
Yeah, you know? I submitted myself to God.
You know,
I submitted myself,
and that's what I'm talking about. Full circle, you know.
Oh yeah,
this is what I'm talking about. You know, like.
Oh yeah.
I definitely think we are what we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right. And
yes, man.
Temptation's always going to be there, bro.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But God doesn't judge you for your temptations. He judges you for the acts of it.
Yes, man.
You know. So there's a saying in the Bible that I really like. It relates a lot to temptation, and it goes a little bit something like, Can a man put how does it go? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm like lost for words right now.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Yeah.
Okay. Can a man put fire in his lap and not be burned?
Mm.
Can a man put fire on his lap and not be burned?
Yeah, I like that.
That's temptation, bro.
Yeah.
You're essentially like playing with fire. Like you're gonna burn yourself.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
It took me a little bit to think about it because I didn't want to mess it up. But
I got tired
can
of
a man burn himself if he plays with fire? If he places fire on his lap, can he be burned? Can he be burned? Yes, of course.
Oh yeah, man. Definitely.
You know?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And that refers to temptation, and we all have it, you know. But now, yeah, dude, I
yeah,
really
you still do, you know, you still have it, you know, but it's like
So what do
you
you
have
do?
something to rely
Right.
on.
So what do you do now that you like now that you're sober? Like how do you spend your time now? Like what is like what,
Honestly, man, it's just barbering, school, going to the gym, you know, because obviously, you know, you have to replace that time, you know, with something positive, or
yeah.
else you're just gonna go right back, you know. So yeah, it took me a while, but yeah, man, changed the way I eat, changed, you know, my what's it called?
your actions?
Yeah, just all my habits, you know. I quit drinking, you know. I don't party, I don't do none of that stuff no more. I just can't be around it, you know what I mean? I just can't. So yeah, dude, it's just barbering, gym.
Barbering changed your life in a sense, right?
Yeah, yeah, dude, it really did, man. It really
Right.
did, bro. It really did.
So yeah, dude. I mean, like, if I can say something right now for your barber business and something that I feel like I can help you,
Right.
do you shoot content on the regular or not really?
I try to.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I try to.
What does that look like? What does that look like for you?
Um, as far as what? What do you mean?
As far as like shooting content, like what does that look like for you? Like, what have you tried? What's worked? What hasn't worked?
Oh, okay. So I mean, I've tried. Well, at first I did the whole like 360 rotation about, you know, after I did my haircuts, and some of them did work. Some of them really didn't, you know. But I also noticed that it was a time that I was posting these videos too. You know, it wasn't good timing. So one thing I do actually just want to know is what time or what do you look for when you shoot your video as far as the haircut? You just go for angles, or do you?
Okay, so I'm happy that you asked that because I wanted to kind of include like a little training course for this video.
Right.
So if you're stuck on shooting content, because I get this all the time, bro. What do you do? Well, how do I shoot this?
Yes.
This? Angles play a huge role in how you shoot the action.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind. But lighting is also a big
Okay.
tool. So always number one, always get your shirt and smudge the camera because your fingerprints are
Yeah, I did notice that too, man. I'm like, bro,
you look at it, it's like, oh crap.
Yeah.
You know? So what I would do, do you have ring lights?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the best way you can get a good shot is if you put your phone in the middle of that and record literally around it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I'm not even kidding, but that's the best way you're gonna get that shot because at the end of the day, bro, like you don't want to record garbage and then go back to edit and it's like fuck, I can't use this.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, dude, yeah.
So the best way to go about it about shooting content, there's three ways, right? There's hair falling off, satisfying action.
Okay.
So a hair falling off, satisfying action, and a difference being made, and then showcase. Showcase is
Okay. Yeah.
That's literally 3 clips of just those 3 things, and that's it.
Yeah.
A lot of barbers overthinking like, oh, I have to get this angle, this angle. Like,
no, yeah, that was me at first because I would get the full 360. You know what I mean, just so you can see the whole, and then
you literally have to think of how these magazines get like models, right?
Yeah,
capture the best angle,
that angle.
What you know, so
that makes sense.
I have this theory called 4x4.
Mm-hmm.
So you get 4 angles at the end and 4 angles of the before.
Mm-hmm.
So four angles of the actual person or your client, of how you looked, and then the 4 of the after. That way you have to choose some, and then the longest it should be is 4 to 5 seconds.
Okay.
And so one thing I would stop doing is I would literally stop spinning the chair and trying to get the whole receipt. Don't do that.
Okay.
A cleaner way is to tilt their head, right? Tilt their head, and then you're gonna want to have a light flashing at the fade,
okay.
and then get the shot, and you're gonna want to pan.
Okay.
All right. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes better sense.
That's the easiest way I would go about shooting content, and don't overcomplicate it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and then use CapCut to edit those clips.
Okay. Yeah, that's something I gotta learn too. I tried using CapCut. It's kind of
so the more you spend time on something, the more it's easier and the more it's gonna
right. Of course.
You know, but you can't just like, oh, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go on there today, and then the next month I'll do it. No.
Yeah.
You literally have to spend time on that every single day to get better at the app. You know, so that's one thing that I can give you right now, and that way you can start adding value to your content, because it's that simple. Like you really got to think of how the average person that doesn't cut hair, how are they gonna indulge this?
Yeah,
most people.
That's true.
Most people that don't cut hair, that aren't barbers, cutting hair is boring.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna care if you're shooting the tutorials.
Yeah.
Barbers. Barbers are the ones that are gonna care about the tutorials.
Yeah, that's true.
They're the ones that they're gonna care about your brand if you're doing tutorials. No, that's fine. But if you're trying to get the general public to watch your video from start to finish, you got to incorporate a satisfying action, a difference being made, hair falling off, and then a showcase.
Okay.
And you also have to have 3 clips of that action. So it's 3 clips of a satisfying action, 3 clips of hair falling off, and 3 clips of a difference being made. So that's in total what? Nine clips?
Yeah.
Or you can simplify just 1 clip of each. For if you're just getting started, 1 clip of each. I call that a 3 clip sequence.
Okay.
Which is just 3 clips. But over time, you're gonna want to get 3 clips of each action. You're gonna have more to choose from. You're gonna have more tempo.
Okay.
It's gonna be smoother when you're recording. It's gonna be a lot more engaging for the viewer. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's one thing you could start doing today in your barber business is to shoot a 3 clip sequence of a satisfying action, a difference being made, and hair falling off, and then showcase. And in reality,
a difference being made as in how?
So like, as in you're doing a guideline.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But you're over exaggerating. So when you shoot content, you never ever want to shoot content the way you cut hair.
Okay.
You want to over exaggerate. You exaggerate everything. That's why, like, I'm sure you've seen videos where they're like, okay, where like, why is he spraying dry shampoo? Or why is he doing this? Bro, it's literally content, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
To set up the shot.
Yeah.
Like I have a clip right now that's going crazy on Instagram right now. It's just 1 clip of me lining up someone's C-cup. And it's it's at like 2 million views. Yeah, bro. It's just this clip. Crazy. Why? Because it's so engaging. It's so engaging. Yeah. It's a satisfying action at the same time, and there's literally no showcase at the end of it. To you know, but another thing too is if you're shooting to go viral, don't expect that to return a return on investment. Right. Going viral doesn't necessarily mean more money. I put that out there. Exactly. What that necessarily means, it just means there's more eyes, there's more exposure on your stuff. That's literally all it means. Barbers have it messed up where I'm gonna go viral and that means I'm gonna get more bookings. No, that's not what it means. That's not what it means. No, it just means you're gonna get more exposure, and because the more known you are, the more people are gonna buy from you. Yes. Like, I can tell you right now, bro, you don't have a business problem. You have an awareness problem. You need more exposure. You need more people to know you. Because think about it, bro. You wouldn't have this issue if people knew you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is true. Man. If people knew Jody Hightower, man. Yeah. You see what you wouldn't. That is true. And the goal is to. I'm assuming. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the goal is to stop going back to. Eventually, yeah. The goal is to literally stop going and bring your business, man. Yeah, that's which is 100% possible. Oh, yeah. You have to post every single day, and if you don't want to shoot content, listen, guys. If you don't want to shoot content, at least post in your stories 3 haircuts daily with your location and a booking link. I know you don't do booking app right now. No, but I definitely think you get on. Okay. And that's not just me being like, oh, preachy, but you have to be. Yeah, and as far as the haircuts, man, so. You post haircuts as in your story, correct? Yes. Just so you can, and you're already really good at getting in front of the camera. Like you have no issue with that. Like I've seen your stories, bro. You're oh yeah. You're charismatic. So thank you, bro. You have no. I'm learning how to do that. I'm learning how to do that. So you have no issue with. You have to do. You know what I mean? Like you being in front of the camera, which is great because people are putting your face to Jody. Yes. Yeah. I really love that you're doing that. That's one thing I'm learning, man. You have to. One thing that I think you should do more is post your haircuts and get and do what I told you. Like get your ring light, put your phone in the middle, and then literally grab the ring light and get that showcase. Okay. That's gonna level up your game. I have done a video like that and it did come out very well, man. But I tried to do another one like that and it just didn't work. But maybe it is because of you know what I mean. Just the little. Go do a workshop for you. I won't charge you this one time. I could do a workshop for you at your shop. Oh, no way. And that way I can help you out. That'd be sick. That'd be cool. If you guys are watching this, man, I do workshops, guys. All you gotta do is inquire. Typically I won't charge depending on where you're at, but I definitely want to help, you know. That's cool. You know, so heck yeah, man. And I've done that before too, where I've gone to multiple shops and I've showed how to shoot content, and it's funny because when people don't pay, they don't appreciate the value. You know what I mean? So but if you guys are struggling with content, just know that I do workshops. I will travel for you at a cost. And I will show you guys literally how to shoot content. It's really not that hard. Obviously in the beginning it's gonna be a little tough for you to right. Find the rhythm, not the balance. Not the balance. Find the rhythm. That's cool. You know, find the rhythm, you know? Yeah. But yeah, dude, that
Okay.
is one thing that I can definitely say that will level up your content moving forward is literally because I don't know people say, oh, be consistent, because you can be consistent all you want, but consistency has to get better over
Yeah.
time. You can't just
Yeah,
post the
exactly.
same shit and then expect to
Yeah.
like, oh
The
well,
progression has to come.
no, you have to
Yes, dude.
progress. Like
Yes.
the worst thing that can happen is it's in a flop, but that flop's gonna teach you something.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's gonna teach you something. So, yeah, that's
I'm
one
gonna
thing.
just readjust, huh?
Yeah,
Readjust, man. Change the next video.
But yeah, dude,
Heck yeah, man.
this conversation went over an hour, 25 minutes, which was the goal. With
That's
25
cool,
minutes.
man. Thank you guys very much.
I
Truly appreciate
I
it.
do plan to have you again on the pod because I know there's more to Jody Hightower.
Oh, definitely, definitely,
You know,
yeah,
and there's
definitely.
one thing that you can say to anybody that's struggling with addiction. What would you say?
Guys, just don't quit. You know, have faith, man. Have faith. That's honestly all I can say. Have faith, whatever you believe in, you know, whether it's yourself or it's God, you know, just have faith. Just keep going, and God will come. God will come.
Amen
man.
to that, man.
Yeah,
Amen to
God
that.
will be there, man.
And
but just believe in yourself, guys.
Awesome, bro.
It's possible.
So thank you again for coming by today, bro.
Thank you, man.
I know you're
thank
a busy
you.
man with all the haircuts and stuff like that. So if you guys want to get in touch with him, I will tag him down below. Jody Hightower. Is it exactly like
Jody Hightower?
Jody Hightower.
Yep.
So thank you again for coming by, bro. Really do appreciate it. And I am your host, Paco, and I'll see you
Thank you very much, man.
How was that, bro? See.